Hi, I'm Gail Sabo, and I'm the Program Director for Carlton Manor's Supported Foster Care and Community Services Program. And I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining our team and being willing to open your heart and your families to a child in need. I'm so pleased to have you, and so pleased that you chose to join the Carlton Manor team. It means a tremendous amount to me. And I wanted to make sure that I took a moment to reach out to you personally to let you know that if you have questions, you have concerns, you have worries, you have something you just need to toss around, my team is here for you and I am here for you. So please don't hesitate to reach out to your assigned team, and if you cannot reach out to anybody, please reach out to me. We are here, you are not alone, and we are so happy that you're part of our team. I wanted to take a moment and introduce what we're going to be going through in these next steps. Sometimes it can feel a little bit overwhelming, and again, at any point that you feel lost in this, please just reach out. We have been doing this for a very long time, and we are here to help you and to support you. Each and every one of you has a unique situation with your family, whether you're two parents or one parent, whether you've got kids at home or no kids at home, or animals at home or a pool at home. Everybody is different. So if in this process you're not sure or somebody didn't answer your question, please don't hesitate to reach out. We want to answer your questions. We want to engage with you. As you start to become a foster parent, there will be a series of things that you will be going through, and some of this is self-driven. So a lot of times parents say, how long will it take? What's going to happen next? Well, how long it takes is driven a little bit by you. We're going to be giving you a series of trainings. These are included here in this PowerPoint. These trainings are part of the therapeutic training component that we will be giving you to help ready you to bring a child into your home. Now, I don't know what child you're going to get yet, so these are generalized trainings. These are specific trainings that are going to help you to feel more prepared for whatever child comes to stay with you. I know you guys are all very capable parents and have already raised children or know well what you're getting into. However, these are requirements, and we also use them as a way to help you start thinking about a child that you didn't raise from being little. A child who comes in with their own unique experiences, their own history, and how to blend that child into your home and work through those challenges and barriers that will arrive. They will. We know there's going to be struggles. So when you call us and say, hey, I got this thing going on, we're not going to go, really? What's going on? That we know. We know that these children are going to have struggles. That's part of the deal. And we also know that your love and support is going to help them get through that. So again, we'll have this series of trainings. And then you'll also, every year, you'll continue to get ongoing trainings. And at any point in time that you say, hey, I need a little bit more support in this or that, you reach out to us and let us know what that is. We can find trainings for you that are in the community. We can find trainings for you that are online. And I have a team of specialists that can also work with you one-on-one. Once a child has been selected for your home, that child may have some specific needs, and we may encourage you or invite you to find those trainings that are going to help you with that child as well. But you're the one that knows what you need. So you want to tell us, a little bit more help in this area or that help would be very helpful, so that we can help select the trainings that are best for you in your home. But to introduce these general trainings that you're going to take in order to get that license, you will be taking professional parenting class that may be done online, that may be done at another agency, or it may be done with our agency. We're going to give you a variety of options, and we want you to find the one that's going to fit best and easiest for your location. And what works for your lifestyle. So depending on your hours, your days of availability, that sort of thing. So knowing that is going to happen, and that's going to give you a lot of the general guidance of what it takes to be a foster parent, the rules that are attached to it, a lot of the language and the lingo that you're going to want to know. And if you forget it, just call us and we'll help you out if you don't know what something means. But you're going to be taking that course with a group of other parents who are interested in becoming foster parents and or maybe taking placement of a relative. In addition, unique to us in our specialized training component, you'll be taking some classes, a series of classes, and these are video-driven on positive parenting. This video-driven series, you'll then summarize. You'll have a sheet that will be given to you, and you'll write a summary of each of those trainings and what you got from it specifically to your home. Those are going to give you tricks and ideas and thoughts as to how children in foster care have had so many negative experiences. And if we come in with that consequence mentality, we're going to be consequenting them all of the time. And they're going to come out of that situation feeling like they're about this big. And that's not what we want. We want them to feel empowered and capable of solving their problems in a healthy way. And we do that through positive relationships. So teaching them how to be positive, teaching them that positive interaction. We know that parents that use positive interaction models report being happier with their fostering experience or their parenting experience, and they also foster longer. So we also know that that helps to build a better rapport and a better relationship with biological families, with schools, and with other personnel. So it has so much to offer you. Now, not every single piece of this training will fit for you and your family, but hopefully you can grab some great takeaways from it as it talks about positive approaches. So ways to say yes instead of no. Ways that we can approach things that is a teaching model. We want the child coming out of a situation, we know they're going to have challenges, but coming out of the situation with knowing what to do rather than knowing just not what to do. So rather than saying, don't do this, we want to say, I would prefer if you did this, or I have a couple of choices, how are we going to get this done? Or this thing needs to happen today. How are we going to get there? Rather than saying, don't stop. If that's all the kid hears, they do quit listening very quickly. We as adults quit listening very quickly when all we hear is don't stop. Oh, here they go again. Goodness sakes, I don't want to hear it. So we're going to teach you some tricks of the trade as to how to say yes. Can I go out inside and play? Easy to say no, you didn't clean your room. Just as easy to say, of course you can. I want you to spend some time with your friends. Let me know when your room is done. Probably going to get your room clean even easier when you say no. You never let me play. You never let me do anything. You don't understand. So just different ways to get to the same place. So hopefully you'll find those videos helpful. And again, at any point you want to spend some more time on those sections or talk it out or whatever, we are here to help you and support you. Another video that you're going to be taking is actually a required video now. It used to be just for specialized, but it's now required for all foster parents, and that's a video on psychotropic medication. It's going to give you a general overview of psychotropic medications and how they affect children, things to look for, general signs and symptoms. If your child is on a psychotropic medication, we will educate you specifically on that medication as to what to expect in the side effects of those meds. If you ever have any questions, we are all here to help you with that. So we will give you specific training on any medication your child is on, but this is going to be a general overview. And we want to have that. What does milligrams mean? How do we look at dosages? How do we read a label? All those things are going to be really important and helpful. The next part trainings that you'll be taking are called BCMT. That's actually Behavior Crisis Management Training, and that is an actual program that was put together by the University of Oklahoma. I attended that training and was certified in that training. And it was a program that was put together to help empower foster parents after a lot of, one of the main concerns that foster parents were stating, not only in Oklahoma, but throughout the United States, was that they didn't know how to deal when a kid was going into crisis. So we know that in their own homes, things were not handled in a healthy way. Discipline was not handled in a healthy way. They did not make positive choices. How do we handle it? I get all that positive stuff, but we're already here in the middle of a problem. What do we do now? Now that we're here in a problem, now that we're having this situation, and you know they're going to happen, but when you raise them from little, you can kind of see it happening, right? You understand the wind-up or the behaviors of your kid. And when you get one dropped in your lap, you don't know their signs. You don't know what it looks like when they're upset, or you see they're having a fit before you got time to catch up with it. So this behavior crisis management training will talk to you a lot about that, some strategies, give you a lot of tips. It's going to talk to you about the wind up. It's going to talk to you about what we can do, a crisis wave, when they're aggressive. Well, how do we banner those verbal interactions, and really trying to keep the situation de-escalated. And again, style is going to be real important here. So some people are very soft-spoken, some people use humor. If you're not a funny person, probably don't throw some humor out there, because they're just going to think, well, that's weird. It's not helpful. You helping you to tap into the strengths that you have and use those strengths to help the child through that crisis situation. They are so upset. They just learned this terrible thing. Somebody was hurting them and bullying them in school, and they don't know how to handle it. And you just want to help, and you don't know what to do, and you want to make sure that you're not adding to the problem accidentally. And all of you who've been parents, you know that every child needs a different approach. So we're going to give you some ideas through this behavior crisis management training that, again, is an endorsed program like the Positive Parenting Program. These are set programs that we became certified in and we're able to teach you. And they're the ones that we selected for you because we thought they were the most helpful in setting a base to support you. That doesn't mean that solves all the problems, but it does give you a strong base that we will build from. So after the behavior crisis management training, we'll be taking a class on cultural diversity. That's a passion of mine personally, as we bring children into our home that even if they are the same race and same heritage as us, they came from a very different household. So every household has its own culture. Do they stay up late? Do they eat pizza in bed? Do they get up early? Do they exercise? Do they eat readily snacks from the counter, or do they have to ask for snacks? Do they have TVs in their room? Do they play a lot of video games? Do they not use the internet? So even within a family, there's a culture. And then we look at the other things in the environment that contribute to that culture. How do they handle problems? How do they handle substance use? Is there substance use in their home? How do they speak? What is the language? Do they use profanity? Do they not use profanity? Do they have respect for all members of the family and women? Do women have a voice, or do children have a voice? In some households, they have no voice, they have no opinion. In other households, they're part of making a decision. So if you come from a household where you don't have a voice and somebody says, "What do you want for breakfast?" they're stumped. They don't know how to answer you, and you're like, "You won't talk to me." He's still trying to figure out the question. So sometimes things that seem like defiance aren't even that, understanding the difference between anxiety and attention deficit. So we want you to have a little bit of opportunity to look through that with cultural diversity. This is definitely not enough to cover it, but it's going to give you some ideas to start thinking about, because no matter who you bring into your home, they will be of a different culture because they're going to have different experiences than you have had in your own household. After that, you'll be taking some standard programming, some standard trainings that we need to take. Those are going to be water and first aid safety, as well as my team will be talking to you about things that you can do to ensure that children are safe in your home with regards to water safety and first aid. So these are very critical elements. We need to know that you have a first aid kit. If you have a child and you have a pool, you need to have a way to get them safely out of the pool if they can't swim, or if for some reason something happened to them while they were in the pool. Safety jackets, just safety, general safety. These are things that are absolutely critical to ensure that the children are safe while in your home. So you'll be taking those classes as well. And then there's a few others here that are pretty helpful. Supervised visitations. You may be in a situation where you'll be supervising visits with your child, either going back into a biological situation, possibly with another family member, with a potential adoptive home, with a sibling. A variety of reasons why supervision might be necessary, in a variety of ways in which we supervise. Sometimes it could be through Zoom, it could be phone calls, it could be face-to-face, and different ways in which we would handle that. When do we need to be more intensive, and when can we step back and let them kind of lead? So this is going to help you to prepare for that to be the most successful, so that we can help that child still feel those connections to those people that they love, the people that make them feel whole. And we want to ensure that they have those visits in the healthiest and safest way for everyone. And we'll also be looking at icebreakers. Icebreakers are a really great way when you get a child and you don't know the family. It's a little awkward. You're supposed to just go meet them, and I heard these horrible things, and I don't really know how safe I feel about that situation. And you can imagine on their end, they're looking at you going, you have my kid, and I just want my kid back, and I'm very emotional. So this is a nice way for the families to meet and get to know each other and make a plan that everybody can feel safe with for visitation, whatever that looks like. Remember that we will never ask you to go to a situation that you feel unsafe in. But it can still feel very awkward. So this icebreaker video and these icebreaker meetings that we will hold are the ones that will help you through that awkwardness as we work to help our child to get wherever that permanency place is, that safe next place for them to have that forever permanency that we all want for the children. So we do support icebreakers, we do support visitation when appropriate. If it's not appropriate, we're going to help support you in ensuring that we don't do it or that it be handled in the most appropriate way that keeps everybody safe. We also will look at sleeping safely. This is a brief video talking to us about how to ensure that babies and infants are taken care of and that there's safety with regards to that. In addition, at this point, my team will start working with you on setting up to do your background screening and talking to you about the licensing process for your home and what that takes. Again, these video series are self-driven, so you have the videos, you're going to watch them at your pace, but once you've completed them and you fill out a brief summary just telling us and verifying that you've read them, then you're going to send it to my team and we're going to move forward. That doesn't mean there aren't things that we can do concurrently. So we can get your background started. We could come out and visit you at your house and talk to you about if we do see any concerns, what those things might be. You might have questions about your own home, like, will this bunk bed work? Will this room work? What if I converted this room? Does this pool safety stuff work? Let us come out. Let us give you those ideas so that you can start making those plans. This process we want you, we're ready. We've got kids waiting for you. So, but we also want it to be at the pace that you feel most comfortable with. So please reach out to us. Don't wait. If you're done, call us and tell us you're done. And if somebody doesn't answer the phone, call me and tell me that you're done. And I'm going to get somebody out there to help you. So we have children ready, and we need them to be in safe homes. But again, we don't have the right to just drop somebody off at your house if you're not ready. So these, as you do them, I would encourage you just let us know where you're at, how you're doing, questions and thoughts that you might have, and let us help you through that. Any series that you've completed, hey, I completed the series. This is where I'm at. You can do them readily. If you got the time to sit down and really knock these out, then absolutely do it. But I do encourage you, no matter what, to find a goal for yourself, because it's so easy to get distracted. Myself included, it's so easy. So if you're going to say, I'm going to watch a minimum of 3 of these a week, I'm going to watch on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'm going to spend Saturday mornings doing it, whatever plan works for your family, make sure that you find a plan. And by doing so, that will help you keep moving forward. And again, for some of you, you may be done in 3 weeks, and for some of you, it may take 6 weeks. And that's okay. That's okay, as long as you let us know where you're at and how we can support you in the process. And again, if you have any questions along the way on the process, what's going on for you or your family, on the trainings themselves, systematic problems, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help you. My number is listed, but it is 727-422-3886. My email is gsabo@carltonmanor.org. I have been here for 26 years. If you're watching this video, I'm still here. So please don't hesitate to reach out so that I can continue to be a support for you. Again, thank you so much for being willing to step up and do what so many others haven't, and to take a child in and to help make an unbelievable difference in their world. And we are here to help you in that process. I look forward to meeting you, and welcome aboard.